Penguin Random House Canada presents Careering by Daisy Buchanan. Read for you by Celine, Buckens and Joe Hartley.
This story is for every person who's ever messaged me and asked me if they should quit their job. Our jobs are our private fantasies, our disguises, the cloak we can creep inside to hide. A Month in the Country, J.L. Carr. Chapter 1. Cupboard Love, Imogen. Through sharing my most audacious desires... Audacious or outrageous? Outrageous desires with my rapidly growing readership, I am confident. Oh, is that too much? It's such a thin line with job applications. How do I convey that I'm dazzlingly and uniquely talented while sounding just the right amount of desperate, available, and cheap? I'm writing this sitting on an upturned bin. Well, my left cheek is on there anyway. The right one went numb some time ago. The best thing about being exiled to the fashion cupboard is that it guarantees a little privacy for personal admin. The worst thing is that an intern can occasionally get forgotten about, locked in, and sometimes get left overnight. Rumour has it that this happened to a girl called Bella when she was working on a posh lifestyle mag called Trunk. For all my efforts, it's possible that no one in the Flair HR department will ever read this letter. I know from bitter experience that CVs do not hold any weight. No one can be bothered to read beyond Imogen Mounts 26, even though I've made up a Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award, purely as a creative writing exercise. There's probably another intern, a Millicent or an Isabel who's already in situ, lined up for the role with all the right qualifications, uncles on the board, old school friends on the beauty desk. I got very lucky when Mum named me after her favourite Jilly Cooper book. On paper, I can pretend to fit in. I don't think my CV would ever grant me access to this cupboard if my dad had got his way and called me after Michelle from EastEnders. I'm inches from the clothes rail and I can see a pair of cobalt blue neoprene hot pants. That's what confident looks like. Out of habit, I squint for the label. Alexandre Vautier, 900 quid minimum, although press samples don't really have a price. Imagine having $1,000 to spend on net-a-porter and blowing it on shorts. What would I do with $1,000? I permit myself a brief fantasy of fancy skincare and estate jewellery. Until reality bites. I'd pay my rent, wouldn't I? Squinting at my cracked phone screen, I checked the time. Oh, fuck! Oh, help! The deadline for this application is in 12 minutes, and I should have left 12 minutes ago. I'm going to be late for my shift again. I'm going to get my wages docked again. Maybe I should go for broke and tell the truth. If nothing else, it would make the application stand out. Through setting up a sex blog and describing some of the most intimate and embarrassing details of my life, I've gained writing experience, even though no bloody newspapers or magazines will let my word anywhere near their pages. I'm desperate for a day job. I'm very, very tired, and I'm fed up with supplementing my casual part-time bar work with odd shifts at a pen factory. Tonight I'm on lids, which means I won't be able to feel my thumbs for a week. Without warning, the acting editor sticks her head round the door. Everything okay in there, Imogen? You all right? How are you getting on with the box of doom? Hello, Harri. Yes, sorry. I threw my phone behind me and lunged for the box. I'm supposed to be untangling necklaces and returning them to their rightful press officers, not applying for magazine jobs on Panache time. Still, it's not as if Panache are paying me. Also, the box of doom is busy work. It's something to do when the server goes down or when Rosa, the old editor, was having a major tantrum and Harri, her deputy, had to come up with a scheme to get the interns out of the way and keep them quiet. The fashion cupboard is a sort of rarefied priest hole. Sometimes you come back from lunch and there's a real atmosphere in the office. It's obvious that something has happened, and it feels as though it must be your fault. As if I had that kind of power, usually as a brand, pulling an ad that's paying for the rest of the mag that week. Once, it was because someone microwaved some leftover fish curry and no one would own up to stinking out the kitchen. Harri smiles. I've got to pop upstairs for a bit. I've been summoned by the boss man. She dusts herself down for invisible lint, non-existent wrinkles. Actually, I've just realised what the time is. You can probably get going. How does she do it? Harry's one of those magical people who always gives the impression of having showered no more than 30 minutes ago. After about 4 p.m, I start to feel stale. Biscuit crumbs collect on my knees and elbows, regardless of what I've actually eaten. Harri is a human toothpaste advert. A riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a heavenly cloud of Santal 33. She has her own Wikipedia entry, which I know off by heart. But even though I've been her eternal intern on and off for over 2 years, I know almost nothing about her life outside Panache. All I have are the rumours. Giles, the fashion director, has hinted that she had an affair with a famous movie star back in the 90s. Araminta, my old boss at Splash, sniffed that the movie star was on the fringes of the Britpack, and now only gets work popping up in home insurance adverts. But then Araminta put most of the budget up her nose, and the magazine got shut down after 6 months, and I don't think she enjoyed watching Harry's star soar as hers descended. Poppy, a woman I interned with at Sleek a while back, reckons that Anna Winter herself tried to headhunt Harry, and Harry turned her down. I believe a 3-year-old child could identify Harri as the editor of a fashion magazine. I have absolutely no idea how old she is. There's a whisper of a wrinkle in the corner of her eyes, and I can't work out whether she has perfect skin or access to the most expensive subtle Botox going. Probably both. I've never seen another person with hair as shiny as hers in my life, not even on TV, not even on Instagram. But sometimes she twists it up and pins it with a chewed biro, and when she pulls the biro out, it falls perfectly into place. I tried it once on a night shift, bad idea, and I had to cut out the lid with nail scissors. Harri has eyebrows like Elizabeth Taylor. Once I asked her what she used to get the perfect arch, and she said Vaseline. Yep, she's warm. It might be her accent, I think Yorkshire, maybe Sheffield. Harri expects excellence from everyone, but she's fair, she sees people, she says hello, she asks how I am. She's never once addressed me as oat latte, unlike most of the fashion team. I suppose she had to put out plenty of fires started by Rosa, but Harri is decent. It's not a quality I encounter very much in this industry. She's always in immaculate black, never greying, never bubbly. Although, not today. She's in a fitted flowery dress, splotched with pink and green. It looks odd on her. She doesn't look like a media star. She looks as though she's going to the wedding of someone she doesn't like very much. Still, she's probably ahead of the curve, and the rest of us will be in the Zara version in a month. Thanks, Harri. See you tomorrow. I hope it... Can I say it goes well when I'm not sure I'm allowed to know what it is? The funny thing about being the most junior, least important person in the office is that you're not supposed to let on that you know about anything. Even though your invisibility invites indiscretion, people will say anything in front of you. I am omniscient, and sad proof that knowledge is not always power. I hope it's a lovely evening. For you, Harri chooses not to respond to the fact that I sound as though I started learning English after lunch. Thanks for today. You've been ace, as always. See you tomorrow. Ace. Harri Kemp, industry legend, thinks I'm always ace. That will keep me warm at midnight when my numb, inky fingers are wrapped around a polystyrene cup of Nescafe. That will soothe me when I've been on my feet for 8 solid hours and every tiny bone in my body is aching so acutely that I feel like a skeleton in a wig. That's enough to make me smile when my alarm goes off after 3 hours sleep and I haul myself out of bed to the bus, to the train, to the tube, and do it all over again. If I was even 10% less broke, I'd call in sick, skip my shift at the factory and hang around the office for a little longer to see what happens. Perhaps that would be tempting fate. I've been letting myself nurse a secret hope. It's the hope that kills you, I know. But I'm crossing my fingers and holding my thumbs all the same. I'm not an idiot. I know that I've been sent to the cupboard because something has happened. But today, I think it might be something good. Rosa left Panache a month ago, leaving Harri as acting editor. The new editor is about to be announced, and it's gonna be Harri. It has to be. And if Harri is made editor-in-chief, I think she might give me a real job.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?